Becky, why didn't you clean the house this morning? Everything was still a mess when I got home. You're such a lazy pig, Becky. You're humiliating this family with your pregnancy at the age of 16. But you can't make it up by doing just a little bit of household chores? Then what is the point of feeding you every day?
I'm sorry, Mom. Please don't be mad at me. Actually, I got awful morning sickness when I woke up, so I couldn't do what I needed to do today. But I promise I'll finish them all when I get home from work.
Oh my God, morning sickness? Again? What a lame excuse. You keep bringing up your pregnancy problems whenever you're lazy and don't want to do chores. I know you too well.
No, I don't. I really had morning sickness, Mom. I threw up and got dizzy. I was trying to clean the kitchen first. I could hardly do anything while I kept going in and out of the bathroom.
Becky, you're making such a fuss about this. It was just morning sickness. Not that bad, okay?
Mom, why don't you believe me?
Because I got pregnant twice, and I know how morning sickness is.
I'm telling the truth, though. I'm not making things up to run away from responsibility. In fact, I've been cleaning the house like every day since I dropped out of school. Today's like the first time I skipped the chores before going off to work because, the morning sickness was really, really terrible.
Shut up! We made a deal about this on the day I found out you got pregnant. Remember? Do whatever I say, or get out of the house. That's it.
No, please don't abandon me, Mom. I'll try harder. I promise that I will never make this mistake again.
You better not. Okay, now get back to your work, Becky. You don't want to lose your only part-time job for saving up for the baby.
I know. I'm working really hard.
No, not enough. You have to work harder until you save up enough money. The owner of the store you're working at is my friend, and he promised to let you work until one day before your due date.
Okay, Mom.
Good girl. As you see, if you're rational about all of this, I won't argue with you. Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing. Your sister is going home, so I want you to clean her room right after your shift at the retail store today.
What? Why do I have to clean her room? She's a college student, not a 5-year-old child. She should help me out instead.
No! How can I let my lovely Flora do housework? Your sister's a college student who's going to be a talented lawyer in the near future and make a lot of money. And you, a teen mom dropping out of school, and of course, no bachelor. Don't have as bright a future as her. You're no one compared to her.
Are you saying that I'm going to do everything in this house as a servant, while my sister is enjoying a no household chore holiday? Serve her during her whole spring break. Really?
That's obvious. She's exhausted after a busy term, so I don't want her to get more stress with the chores.
That's not fair, Mom. I'm pregnant and only 16, while Flora is strong and free. You can't ask me to serve Flora just because she's a college student and I'm not.
Hey, stop whining, Becky. Do you still remember our deal? I'm not asking for your permission. I'm telling you that you have to do whatever Flora says when she's at home.
Fine. I have no choice because I'm a teen mom. I'll be ordered around by my family even when I'm the person who needs special care the most. Now I can see my future clearly.
Don't throw a tantrum. You're gonna be a mother in a few months. This is how I'm preparing you for your future life.
So I guess I should thank you in advance for that, right?
Yes. I'm glad that you've realized things this quickly. Now I've got to get going. Go back to your work, and don't forget to clean Flora's room.
I got it, Mom. Hey! I'm on my way home. Have you cleaned my room yet? I'm still working on it. Your room is like a mess. Shut up and do your job. I'll be home in an hour and a half. My room and my dinner better be ready before that. Hey, don't be domineering at home. You're still a student, not a lawyer. I know Mom is biased toward you, but I'm not going to let you order me around. Look, the black sheep is talking. Listen, you don't get a say in this. You're supposed to be ordered around by me because you're meant to be a helper in this house. Aprons and dirty clothes suit you. Mom told me that if I need anything, just call Becky. Since I'm a good daughter, I'll definitely obey her. I'm sick of your smug face. I can't believe that I'll have to suffer because of you for the next 2 weeks. Well, I guess you'll get used to it soon. You know what, Becky? If I were mom, I would never let you stay at my home. It's such a shame to have a single teen mom in my family. But what was more shocking is that you decided to keep the baby. What a stupid decision. That was not a stupid decision. Even though I'm only 16, the doctor said that the baby had no problems and would be born healthy. Well, I don't care about your baby. What I was saying is that you chose to ruin your life with the baby. I mean, we all could see where this would lead to. You would have to spend your whole life taking care of the baby until it turns 18 and you turn 34. What could a 34-year-old woman with no degree do? I could say there would be only a few options. But if you get rid of the baby now, you'll be free. How cruel are you? My baby has got a heartbeat. So what? It's still not a human yet. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. You're a college student, but you're totally ignorant. What? You take that back, or I'll make your life much worse for the next 2 weeks. Go ahead. I'm not scared of you. Huh. You will regret this, stupid girl. I am not stupid. My results at school were better than yours. That doesn't show anything, Becky. You let a boy knock you up and destroy your future. That is super stupid. Both you and that boy. Didn't you two know how to use protection when doing those things? Hey, we did use protection. But contraceptives are not always effective, okay? And just so you know, I will get back to school after giving birth and study my ass off. I'll surely be more successful than you and make you regret looking down on me today. Oh my goodness, what a cute dream you have. But I can tell you for sure that your life will be a disaster. A successful teen mom? Please. That is never going to happen. I'm telling you, Flora, being a mother is the greatest thing ever. And you never know how strong a mother can be to protect her children. I'm gonna do anything to give my baby a better life. Good for you. But I think I would leave you far behind. Now get back to your cleaning. And don't you dare take anything from my room. I'll check everything when I'm home. Mom, I'm in the hospital. I've got some contractions at work, and a woman from the store helped me go to the hospital. I think I'm about to give birth in a few hours. I'm sure because today is my due date. Oh, I'm scared, Mom. I tried to call you, but I couldn't. Where are you? Please text me back when you're on your phone.
You are so annoying, Becky. You should have known that I didn't answer your calls for a reason. We're going on vacation with your father and your sister. We can't be there, so call your baby's father and leave us alone.
What? Mom, I told you before about my due date. Why would you take a vacation around my due date? Did you plan to leave me alone when I was giving birth to my baby?
Why wouldn't I? I'd planned everything for this holiday before you told me about your pregnancy, so don't blame me for this. On second thought, I think it was kind of lucky that you announced your pregnancy before I booked the tickets. Or else I would have wasted my money on your ticket, because you would end up staying at home to give birth.
I can't believe this. Why would you do this to me, Mom? I'm your daughter. I tried my best to do everything to please you.
Well, I guess you haven't pleased me enough.
Not enough? That is ridiculous. You asked me to drop out of school because there would be no worth studying while pregnant. So I did. You asked me to go find a job to save up for the baby by myself because you wanted to support Flora financially instead of me. So I did. You asked me to do all the housework even when I was having bad morning sickness and the doctor advised me to take more rest just because you didn't want a useless person like me in your house. And of course, I did. No one in this family helped me at all. You all thought that I was supposed to serve you because I didn't go to school or college. But I still suffered from all of you because I was scared of being alone. But now, I realize that I'm better off without you.
Great! Why didn't you realize this sooner? God knows that I hated seeing you around my house so much.
I was so wrong putting my faith in you. I trusted you and obeyed your orders like a chump. I thought that if I'm a good girl, maybe, Mom, you'll like me better.
Not going to happen. You're a disgrace to this family. You got pregnant as a teenager dropped out of school, and will have no future. Letting you stay at my house was a huge mercy. We're on our way to the airport, so I don't have time to talk to you.
Wait, Mom! I'm begging you for the last time to come back and stay beside me. Will you do that?
Don't talk nonsense. I'm not gonna put my holiday aside for you. I told you to call his family. Stop bothering us, okay?
Okay. I think this is the last time I'm texting you. I won't interrupt your life from now on. Have a nice trip, my dear family. Oh my gosh, Becky! Do you know how hard it is to get your new number? Who's that? It's your sister, Flora.
Oh, hi, Flora.
I'm kind of surprised to receive your message after such a long time. What's up? What's up? Is this the first thing you say to your sister after 15 years? I can't believe you, Becky. You used to be a very cute girl. You know that?
Cut the crap. I don't think you're here to flatter me. Tell me what you really want from me.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the money you sent us for Dad's funeral. I mean, wow. $5,000 at once? When your best friend from high school came up with the money at Dad's funeral, both Mom and I were so shocked because we thought you were too ashamed of yourself to show up again. And the money? I never thought that you'd be able to give us $5,000.
Hang on. What are you talking about? Why would I feel ashamed of myself?
Well, it's so obvious. Because you got pregnant at 16.
I never felt ashamed of being a mom at 16, okay?
Come on. You don't have to deny it. I can totally understand. After all, it's just the past. You were so young that you made a mistake. We should forget it and move on.
Flora, I remember that you never liked me. You looked down at me when I got pregnant at that age. You made fun of me and turned me into your servant. What made you change your attitude toward me? The money I sent for your father's funeral?
Don't be skeptical about me, sweetie. People change, you know.
I changed. No, you didn't. In the last 15 years, you never called me. Only when I sent out that money, you found all the ways to get my number. You changed faster than I expected, Flora.
Becky, it was your fault. You suddenly disappeared without saying goodbye to us. We were trying to find you, but we couldn't. You're right. Only once you sent out that money, I knew who I could ask about you. It's your best friend from high school.
Oh, please, Flora. Don't waste your time and act as if you had been really looking for me. I could tell that you were the happiest person when I disappeared.
Oh, sweetie, I'm your sister.
And you are Flora. You criticized and threw stuff on me even though you knew I was pregnant. Do you really think that I forgot everything you did to me?
You know what? It's been 15 years. Just forget everything in the past and start all over again, okay? Now, I want to know more about you, sis. Where are you living? What are you doing?
Why don't you ask me how much money I'm making? I think that's your actual question.
Whatever. How much?
More than the money you're earning with your small grocery store. A grocery store, huh? You were always bragging about your bright future as a successful lawyer, but you ended up in the store that I used to work at. That's unbelievable, Flora.
Shut up! I didn't want this either, but one thing led to another, so... But Becky, how could that happen? How could you earn more than me?
Well, I'm running my own business, which is at least 20 times bigger than yours.
No way. 20 times? That's ridiculous. Tell me the name, or I won't believe you.
Well, I don't want to. I cut all ties with your family, so I have no reason to tell you in detail. I answered your question. Believe it or not, it's up to you.
If what you're telling me is true, you might be making like 7 figures a month.
Well, sort of.
This is impossible. How can a teen mom like you make more than me?
Just because I was a teen mom doesn't mean I couldn't make good money. Flora, when will you stop looking down on teen mothers?
You didn't go to college. You dropped out of school. You're supposed to live a disastrous life, Becky. God knows that I worked so hard to earn everything I have today. You don't know what happened to me, Flora. After I gave birth to my baby, I moved in with the father of my child. His family supported me way better than my own. How ironic it was. I got married to him and then started running my business. I failed a lot of times. But thinking about my husband, my child, and how terrible my life used to be with your disrespect, I forced myself to try again and again. And finally, my effort paid off. I'm living the life I always dreamed of. You were just lucky. You stole all of my luck and disappeared. That's why I ended up like this. Becky, you have to make it up to me.
What do you really want?
I need $10,000 to upgrade my store. You gotta give me the money.
So, you're contacting me to ask for money, huh? Honestly, I could see this coming when I decided to send $5,000 to Mom. But I have to admit that it still got me so frustrated.
You can say whatever you want after sending me the money.
Why should I?
Because I'm your sister.
I can't believe that you dare to call yourself my sister and use that useless title to order me around again. I'm not as weak as I used to be, Flora.
No matter what, we still share the same blood. I am your family. You have to listen to your older sister and do as I say. Come on, it's only $10,000. I'm not asking you to give me a whole new store. Just give me the money and leave. I won't ask for anything else.
My family? I don't need that kind of family. You know what? I'll give you $10,000 for our family's sake. But it comes with one condition.
Really? What's that? I'll do everything to make it.
It's like how I gave my money to Dad. Once you're dead, I'll write you a check for $10,000 at your funeral. What do you say?
You witch! How dare you tell me to die?
That's my only condition.
No! I don't accept that! Give me another one!
Then beg me. If you do it well, maybe I'll change my mind.
Nonsense! I'll never beg anyone. I'd rather die than to be looked down upon by you smug bastard!
Oh, still being arrogant as usual, I see. Well, that was your last chance, Flora. I guess now we don't have anything to talk about. Goodbye, sis. Hey, Becky. It's your mom. Flora told me about her conversation with you this morning. Is it true that you asked your sister to go to hell just for $10,000? Hi, Mom. Yes, that's right. She asked me to give her $10,000. That's not a small amount of money. So I gotta have a condition. I'll send her that money only at her funeral. Shame on you! Is this how I taught you to treat your family, Becky? Like trash? Yes, actually. What? No, of course not! Your sister is going to scale up her small business, so I want you to help her out. I know you have more than enough money to do that. You're now making 7 figures. 10 grand is just a drop in the bucket. But I don't want to, Mom. Don't you forget what happened on the day I gave birth to my baby? Talking about the baby, you haven't even asked about your grandchild since you texted me. All you mentioned is money. You chose to run away with the baby, which means that I'm not related to it. Yeah, you're right. And neither are we. I don't want to be related to you anymore. No, that's not possible. That's different. I raised you for 16 years until you got pregnant and then ran away with that boy. I ran away because of you. I couldn't stand the way you all treated me like trash, like a servant. I was only 16 and pregnant, but I still had to work at the store and at home. I got literally no time to rest. Those days are the darkest days for me. Do you know that? And when I needed you the most on the day I gave birth, you went on vacation and left me alone. Is that the way we should treat our family members, Mom? I didn't ask you to get pregnant, okay? That was an accident. I don't care. You decided to keep the baby, so you had to take your own responsibility. All right, you're right. I think I have the right to say that you didn't support me then, so I don't need to support you now. At the very last moment, I still begged you for love, but you declined me harshly. Fine, I'll make it up to you. I'll give you love, and you'll give me a monthly allowance in return, okay? I can't believe you, Mom.
You're such a possessive mother. It's too late. I don't need that reluctant love. Actually, I have all the love I need with my family that I built for myself at my side. My husband and my son. I spent years staying away from your toxic family. So there's no way I would let you get into my life again. But what? My condition is still valid.
Are you cursing me to death?
Well, I'm making a deal with you, as we used to when I told you about my pregnancy. Make a deal with me or not. It's up to you.
You're such an ungrateful, insolent daughter. You can't treat your only mother like this. I'm telling you, Becky, you have to support us financially.
Mom, I'm not 16 anymore. That weak, fragile Becky is so over. I'm a successful businesswoman now. If you look down on me like you used to, I can eliminate you from my life, no matter who you are.
All right, you won. I'll do whatever you want.
Whatever I want? I think I've just told you what I really wanted. Eliminate you and Flora from my life. That's it.
What? No, you can't abandon me.
Of course I can. I've got to go, Mom. Once again, my condition is still valid. Call me when you make it. But if you keep interrupting my personal life, that only chance will be revoked, which means you would never have a chance to get a penny from me. That's all. Live long, Mom. After that day, we all lived our own life. My mom and Flora hadn't sent me any other messages. About Flora, she was still running her own store. However, as she wasn't able to upgrade her business, her competitors in the area soon left her behind. Her business started going down. Soon after that, she divorced her husband because she was barren, so they couldn't have a child. 2 years later, my mom died in a car accident. It happened so suddenly that I could barely believe it. Although she never really treated me well, she was still my mother. I joined her funeral in silence and left a check for $10,000 to honor our deal. I know it sounded kind of cruel, but the wound she left in my heart was so big that I couldn't forgive her yet. It would take a lot of time. The good thing about everything is that now I'm finally living a meaningful life with a happy family and a flourishing career. Guys, I understand that dealing with childhood trauma is never easy, but somehow you will finally make it. Everything will be okay if you keep believing in the good people around you. Good luck.